Do you know Masked Hero Darklaw? Yeah, you do, huh? Did you know that it's generic? What's going on, guys? This is Mias, and today we will be taking a look at Mass Change Second, a really cool and kind of old school quick play spell card to try to analyze whether the card has or doesn't have potential in the current metagame. But before we start, please consider hitting the like and subscribe button, would really mean a lot to me, and let's jump right into it. Alright, so first of all, the card reads, discard one card, then target one face-up monster you control that has a level, send it to the graveyard. Also after that, if it left the field by this effect, special summon from your extra deck one Masked Hero monster with the same attribute but a higher level than the attribute slash level the monster had when it was on the field. It's an original attribute slash level if face down. This is treated as a special summon with Mass Change. This is important because of the stipulation on all the Masked Hero monsters, and you can only activate one Mass Change second per turn. This is pretty nice because it allows you to kind of cheat summon the extremely powerful Masked Hero monsters, which we all know some of them are some of the most powerful fusion monsters in the entire game. Two really powerful Masked Hero monsters would be Masked Hero Acid, which kind of blows up all spells and traps your opponent controls upon special summon, and the other obviously being Darklaw, which is probably and arguably the best fusion in the entire game right now, with maybe Dragoon and I don't know, Super Poly targets, probably not. Darklaw, if you can summon it reliably, should be safe to say that you are winning this game because not a lot of people can even out Darklaw, and this card has been winning games since 2015. As you can see with this chart right now, a lot of people played this card, well, Mass Change Second, in Burning Abyss decks back in 2015, and it was kind of not being played for a little bit after that, and in 2016 it became popular again because of the introduction of Phantom Knight monsters, which kind of created a brand new deck called PK Fire. Yeah, this is a little bit of a history lesson for all those newer players out there, and yeah, a lot of people didn't even know that Mass Change Second existed back in the days because didn't really see that much play in these past formats. Maybe because the card is kind of too slow, or maybe because it's not really good enough going second. Well, I'm going to try my best to cover up all the pros, cons, and applications of the card. So you probably already know this, but everyone and their mother needs to use the graveyard to play. So Darklaw being able to shut down your opponent's ability to use their graveyard is just, it's a no-brainer, it's gigantic. So I don't really have to explain why a Macrocosmos, a one-sided Macrocosmos, is huge. Remember though that you do have to target a level 5 or lower dark monster in order to transform it into Darklaw with Mass Change Second, and you do have to discard one card. So in the Phantom Knight Burning Abyss deck, this was almost free, as you could actually gain advantage off of discarding one card, or generate another interruption during your opponent's turn with like Farfa or Alec, or you could just fuel your graveyard with Phantom Knight cards. And also, Darklaw, it's not just a one-sided Macrocosmos, it does something else. When your opponent, or rather on the separate chain link, when your opponent actually searches a card from their deck to their hand, or even draws, your opponent is actually going to banish one random card from their hand. Well, it's rather you, the Darklaw, is going to trigger to make your opponent lose a card, and it's at random, and it banishes, obviously. So it's kind of hurts a lot if you're trying to dig your deck for an out to Darklaw. You finally get it, but then your opponent is like, oh yeah, Darklaw effect, and you're like, oh, okay, yeah. Ooh, I have a 20% chance to just lose the game now, and then you shuffle your hand, and you get sniped, and you lose, or you don't get sniped, you still have the out, but you lost a really important consistency card, and now even if you can out the Darklaw, you can't do anything else. So this is the main point that I'm trying to bring right now. Darklaw single-handedly applies so much pressure that when you combine it alongside the other cards in your engine, it becomes just too much for some people. Just try to think about Mass Change Second in an Orchest deck, or in the Orchest format. That would have been kind of nasty, right? The only issue is that it would be helping the Thunder Dragon players, but with Thunder Dragons just no longer really being a part of the game, Mass Change Second should kind of be in almost every single dark deck, either in the main deck or side deck. I think it's a better card in the side deck, and the reason for that is because if you're going first, it's kind of an insta-win, but if you're going second, well, what are you really going to be doing? Summoning a 2400 attack monster that just says, okay, from now on, you can't really really get cards into the graveyard, they have to go to the banished instead. Well, your opponent already has a bunch of monsters on the field, so if you have to start dealing with negates, that's also another flaw. The Mass Change Second could just straight up get negated. So it's not really like a card like Forbidden Drop or Dark Ruler that straight up helps you break boards through negations. A card like Mass Change Second doesn't help you deal with interruptions going second, but if you're going first, you can argue that Mass Change Second actually helps you quite a lot. Your opponent could Veiler or Imperm something like, I don't know, an Armageddon Knight, and you could go chain Mass Change Second, discard a card, transform the Armageddon Knight into Darklaw, and then the Armageddon still resolves. So that's, I guess, one cute way of still being able to do a few pushes through hand traps. And also another important thing is that as long as Darklaw is on the field, your opponent can't really use cards like DD Crow, Skullmeister, I believe, and Effect Veiler, which is randomly kind of convenient when you're playing something like Orchest, as I said. Now, I actually want to make a video solely on Orchest to kind of explain why the deck is actually getting better and better and better. Even though it didn't technically get any direct support, I believe that Harp Horror might come back to one day, and if it does, the Orchest deck is immediately the best deck in the game. And the reason for that is because we have 6 Gearsus, not just 1 or 3 or whatever, we have 6. Small World is a new search target for the deck, and of course we have like what, 6 Scrap Recycler. We still have a bunch of extenders. Engage is back, so you can play the Hornet Engage package again. The deck is definitely something that you have to be really scared of. I digress. Whatever, the main point of this video is kind of explaining to you how Mass Change Second should at least be considered if you're playing dark monsters in your main deck. And like I said, if you are playing a water-based strategy, you could technically also play Mass Change Second. This time, if you go first and you set up, I don't know, if you're playing the fish deck and you make a bunch of fish with like Toad and the Kraken or whatever, and then you set your acid and your opponent goes like, oh, I'm playing Eldritch anyways, I don't care about monsters that destroy my monsters on the field, so I'm just gonna go set 5 pass. You can go end phase summon acid and then go boom 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 boom, all of your cards are bye-bye. These are the 2 main applications for the card. I want to say outside of these 2 monsters, Acid and Darklaw, there is kind of nothing that is worth the 2 cards that you are trading off, or rather almost the 3 cards that you are giving up to summon one single monster. So remember that it is the monster on the field, the Mass Change Second, the card itself, and a discard from your hand. And this is, well, the combination of all these factors are the reason why people didn't really want to play Mass Change Second for all that time. People are like, oh, well, I have to commit so many cards, I might as well try to think about something else that I just draw it and then I can use it right away regardless of what my hand is, like Anti-Spell, Imperial Order. People are kind of just no-braining everything, right? But now, maybe if the format kind of gets a bit slower, maybe if people don't really make huge 10 billion negates board anymore, well, maybe Mass Change Second is going to be shining way more than before. But yeah, I don't know what you guys actually think about all of this. Please let me know your thoughts in the comment section below. Don't forget to like and subscribe, really motivates me so much to keep making videos like these, and I'll see you very soon. Peace.